Hey, it's Brad from Backcountry Skiing Canada.com. Today we're here to talk about the Suunto Ambit 3 Peak GPS watch. This is the new GPS watch from Suunto. The Ambit 2 was the previous version, and that review can be found right here. And prior to that, there was the Ambit 1 watch from Suunto, and that can be found over here. The Ambit 3 comes with all the great features of the Ambit 2. Everything carries over. But it comes in two versions. So there's the Sport version and the Peak version. This version here is the Peak version. The Sport version is more for city athletes. It doesn't have a barometer or an altimeter. You can get altitude data off the GPS, but there is no barometer or altimeter. The Peak version, which is the one that I have here in my hand, has double the battery life at 16, 24, 50 hours, depending on your use and your settings. And then it's also water resistant to 100 meters versus 50 meters for the Sport. The Ambit 3 Sport comes in at $400 plus $50 for the heart rate monitor, which I have here as an add-on. And the Sapphire version is $100 more than that, so that's $500. And then the Peak version, which is this version again, it comes in at $500 plus $50 for the heart rate monitor. It comes in black. If you want it in Sapphire, then it's $600. Both have the same dimensions, weight, and more or less are identical in the aesthetics of the watch itself. So what's new with the Ambit 3 Peak? Well, the big news is the activity tracker. The activity tracker will track your day-to-day calorie expenditures based on a day, a week, and then it'll also give you your recovery time. So it'll show you how much you've burnt in that day, and then also give you a weekly overview, which is kind of handy for just walking around town, around the office, just to see what you're burning on a day-to-day and weekly basis. It estimates those calories by way of an accelerometer, which measures your wrist movement. The main menu on the Suunto Ambit 3 Peak is also customizable this time. So there is a compass, barometer, altimeter, countdown, stopwatch, and of course the activity tracker, which I just spoke of. So you can put these on the main menu or take them off. On this version, I've got them all on the screen at the current time. The other thing that's changed is the heart rate monitor. So this is the new heart rate monitor, and it's quite a bit smaller than the previous version. This version is not ANT compatible. So it's now using Bluetooth to send the data to the watch, and that's good news for swimmers because now you can use this in the pool if you're doing laps or training for a triathlon. What it does is it actually stores some data in the heart rate monitor, and then when it comes in proximity with the watch, it transfers that data in packets over to the watch, so you capture all that information. The Ambit 3 Peak and the Sport model are now Bluetooth enabled, so you can connect the Ambit 3 to your smartphone or your tablet without the need of the charging and syncing cable. And that's the cable here, and it's more or less the same as the previous versions. The other thing that's new is notifications. So if you pair this to your smartphone, you can now get notifications for SMS, text messages, call notifications, and also Facebook messages. And then finally, the iPhone app that comes with the Ambit 3 online is all new. You can now create videos out of your routes. It takes the data from the GPS, syncs that with any photos you've taken with your smartphone along the way, and creates a really nice movie that you can share with friends and family. An Android version is coming soon for that. And the final thing that's new with the Ambit 3 Sport and Peak version is the GPS chip. It's got the same great accuracy, but it is a new chipset, and it's more compatible with other GPS signals. So lots of new features. I wouldn't say it's a revolution, but it's definitely an evolution of the Ambit 2 to the Ambit 3. The big question for Ambit users is, do you upgrade to the Ambit 3 or hold on to your Ambit 2? If you're a city athlete, I'd say it's well worth the upgrade, as well as if you're using smartphones, then that functionality is well worth it as well. For backcountry skiers, it's definitely a great upgrade. The Ambit 2 still has all the great features that you'd need for backcountry skiing. I find this to be as good, if not better, than the Ambit 2, but again, it's personal choice. But definitely read the full review at backcountryskiingcanada.com and make that call for yourself. And for everything else, backcountry routes, reviews, forums, competitions, go to backcountryskiingcanada.com. Thanks.